Hello, everybody. Happy Monday, April 6th. I hope everybody is doing well. Um, I wanted to talk today a little bit about our emotions. I got this picture to show everybody. Most of you are going to know who these people are. We've got joy, sadness, disgust, anger, and fear. Um, and I wanted to talk a minute about this because with what's going on in our world today, our emotions can be kind of running high and can be running away with us right now a little bit. And sometimes we really don't know what our emotions are from day to day and sometimes minute by minute. So I wanted to talk to you for just a few minutes about emotions. The first one I wanted to talk to you about is her. Let's talk about joy. Joy can look like lots of different things. Joy can be happiness, smiles, euphoria, jumping up and down, bouncing with excitement. Joy can also be very calm, peaceful. It's something we just feel down deep in our hearts. Joy can be smiles. It can also be just an inner peace. Joy can mean that we are ready. We're content. Joy can be found in different ways. It can be found by helping others. Joy can be found by being with others, or even sometimes by just being alone and being in a peaceful situation and environment, like maybe taking a walk on your own. Joy is something that we all experience. It's just we can all experience it in a different way. All right, let's talk about sadness. Miss Gillum was very sad today. I experienced sadness today when the governor announced that we weren't going to get to go back to school this year. Like a lot of teachers, I experienced sadness today. I was sad because I'm not going to get to see you guys, and I love you guys. I love getting to be with you guys. And a lot of teachers are feeling sadness right now, and some of you students might be feeling sadness right now, and that's okay. It's kind of a sad time for all of us because we're missing our teachers, we're missing our friends, and we're missing that routine of getting up and going to school every day, and that's okay. Sadness can look like tears, crying. Sometimes it can look like my belly hurts. I don't feel good. I'm sick. Sadness can look like I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I'm more tired than normal. I need a nap. Sadness can look like I'm bored. I have nothing to do. I don't know what to do. Sadness can make you miss your friends, your teachers, your grandparents if you haven't got to spend time with them and see them in a while. The important thing to know is sadness is okay. It's okay to feel sadness. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel down in the dumps sometimes. What's important also to remember, though, is we don't want to stay in sadness for too long. We want to try to find our way back to joy. And that can be hard sometimes. But we need to try to reach out, though, and find those things that bring us joy to pull us out of sadness. The next one I want to talk about is disgust. Disgust can look like lots of things. When Miss Gillum is disgusted, you can kind of see it a lot because my nose scrunches up. It's been a very telling sign of mine since I was a little kid. My mama always knew I was disgusted when my nose would scrunch up. Disgust can also look like boredom. You can see it on your face sometimes when you're very disgusted. The nose scrunch, or even just a blank face like that. Unhappiness, disgust. If you're mad, if you're not getting your way, sometimes that will show through as disgust. Temper tantrums can come through as disgust. Not always anger. Sometimes it's just disgust with something. You're not happy with something that's going on. doesn't necessarily mean you're angry. You're just not happy with something. Um, Disgust doesn't always mean disgusting, like food would taste bad, disgusting. Disgust just means kind of you're put out with the situation. You're not real happy with it. It's not going your way, and that's okay. Um, we're not always going to be happy with certain situations, and that's okay. It's those are important lessons that we learn in life, that not everything is going to go our way, and we're not always going to be happy with those situations. Let's talk about fear. Fear is a big one right now. It kind of goes back to sadness with what's going on in our world right now. Fear can come through as being very worried, being anxious, being frustrated. Fear can come through as anxiety attacks, panic attacks, once again, a bellyache, a headache. It can make you feel like you're losing control. You've got no control over situations. Um, Maybe you used to be able to sleep just fine without a light on, but you're finding here lately you need your closet light on, or a night light, or the bathroom light on. Guys, that's okay. You will go through times in your life where fear comes up, and that's okay. Fear is going to come a lot in your life. Even as a grown up, there are times that Miss Gillum has fear in her life. I still sleep with a nightlight. But that's okay. We have to learn coping mechanisms to get through our fears. You know, a nightlight, if it helps you go to sleep at night, turn your closet light on. Plug in a little nightlight if you need it. That's okay. That's a coping mechanism. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it helps to talk it out with someone. Maybe you need to just have a talk with mom or dad and say, I've been thinking these thoughts and I'm worried about it. I have these fears. Could we talk about it? Have that conversation with mom or dad. Maybe they can have some really good advice, and it helps calm your heart. It helps to ease your mind, and you don't have that fear anymore. Maybe they say, you know what, I understand. I've been having those same thoughts too, and you can have that conversation with mom or dad. And maybe they have some advice that they can give you. And the last one I want to talk about today is anger. We all get angry sometimes. Everybody gets angry sometimes. Anger comes about and it can look like you're scared. Sometimes we get scared and we don't know how to portray that, so it looks like we're extremely angry. Anger can mean a temper tantrum. Anger can mean that we feel like we have lost control of everything, and we don't know how to handle that, so we act out. We can just be mad. We can, sometimes when we get very angry, we feel like we're seeing red, and it feels like sometimes our bodies tense up real bad. You see Miss Gillum's clenching her fist because I've seen you kids do that sometimes, and that's okay. Boys and girls, it's okay to get angry. How we act when we get angry is very important, and we have talked before of some ways that we can control our anger. Remember, we can take deep breaths, 3 of them to be exact, in through our nose, out through our mouth. Do that 3 times. We can go for a walk. You can, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes you just need to let it out. So if you can step into your backyard or step into a bedroom and just let out one really good yell, short, just let it out, then a good deep cleansing breath. Sometimes that can truly make us feel better. I want you to know all of these emotions are natural. They're all okay to have. How we handle them, though, is extremely important. Okay? It's okay to feel sad. It is. It's okay to cry. It is. I don't want you to stay in sadness for very long, though. We have to find a way to get back to joy again. It's okay to be mad. It is extremely okay to get mad. And you can stay in madness for a little bit of time. But don't stay in madness for too long, because the more energy you put towards madness, think of all the things you could be doing in joy. Think of all the things you could be doing in happiness. But you're not, because you're putting forth all this energy into madness or into disgust. Okay? So I want you guys to just kind of think about that. Talk over your emotions with your parents. Have conversations with them. Have conversations with me. Leave me comments if you want to. You are always more than welcome to send Miss Gilman an email. I will leave a comment with my email address underneath the video down in the comments for you guys. Please feel free to reach out and leave me an email. You can even call the school or have your parents call the school and leave me a message, and I'll get back with them as soon as I can. I'm here for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Monday night, and I will have another video ready for you on Wednesday. Bye, guys.